Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I didn't think that I would actually make it on this evening, but I cleared up enough behind me. So you guys are going to get like a little sneak peek as to how my office is being changed. I still have to do the wall, but hello, how are you guys doing? Okay, so it's a little bit weird because my monitor for me to know what is actually on screen is over here now. So I don't know what it is, like how you guys are like kind of seeing me. If I do this, I'm looking over there instead of looking at you guys. So that part is a little bit weird because it's not on the screen in front of me. I think I may have to change that because that is kind of sort of weird. All right, so let's bring this over here. For now at least, until I figure this whole thing out. And then with the way the camera is now, it's higher. Before it was like right at eye level. So when I'm looking at the camera, I can still look at the comments. But now I can't do that because the camera is up here. So I have to look here and then I have to look down to see comments. So yeah, that's a little different. But yeah, this is, so now you guys think at one point, you probably, if you've been here long enough, you saw this angle. So before, my computer was on that wall and you would look at the opposite wall. So now you get to see from this direction. I don't really like this setup with where my computer is and how my legs have to be on this, but hey, it's the best way for me to kind of do this. My Epson 2720 now has a permanent home in here. And then right next to it, although you can't see it, is the sawgrass. I can now pull it all the way out. Like, okay, so I don't remember the last, okay. So before, this used to be on this wall. And then, of course, it went to this wall, but it was in the corner. And when it was here, it would literally, like when it comes out with how it had to sit out, it damn near took up the entire space coming this way. I don't think I've ever really pulled this all the way out. And when I put it here and I pulled it out, I was literally comes to the center of my, like, no, literally to the center of my room if you pull this all the way out. So I was like, oh, hot dang. So I have to remember not to pull that out so far. But I get to do full on, and I don't have to struggle because I have to do my son's shirt tonight. It's going to be late night when I do that, but I'm going to try and do it all over print. So now I don't have to struggle and have it like hanging all off kind of, although it still probably might hang off kind of weird because where the Epson printer is, it's in hindsight, I brought a stand, but then I canceled it. But in hindsight, it probably would have been better if it was turned the other way and going up the wall like that. Because once I close, it is still next to that thing there, which I still have to paint the top of that. But so we're going to see. So I still can't like do like a whole board there because there's just not enough room. There's not enough clearance. But we're going to see how that works when I do my son's shirt tonight because tomorrow is pink day at school. So yeah. So yeah. It's not really a renovation. I just am rearranging everything. And we're going to paint because, I mean, I did love that color, but just not anymore. It just doesn't play off well on the camera. So it's going to basically be white. I'm not a fan of white. I'm dreading this whole white thing. I kind of wish it was more of a lighter gray, the wallpaper, but it was either white, off-white, or dark gray. I didn't want off-white. So I ended up going with white. It's like a wall treatment. So it's like peel and stick. So at some point tomorrow, this table will come out of here so that we can move this one up or around. And then we have to take all of the shelving down to put the wallpaper up. And then get behind. There's a cabinet here. We have to get behind this to put it up. I might leave it like this and just wait until the weekend to do it because I have several classes, but I don't have anything on the weekend. So you guys might see this ugly color until the weekend. But yeah, so that's that as far as rearranging the room. And then I have, like now with the way my desk is, I mean, at least I am right here for my other work surface. And then the other one sits across. So I'm waiting for some other items. I was going to put closed cabinets all the way around, but then I realized from this angle, you can't even really see it. I doubt I'll ever be shooting this way totally. It'll probably just be like on that table. And I like being able to display HS ink right there. So if I put the cabinets up, it would have blocked that. And I like this. So I decided to not put the cabinets, the upper cabinets, because I was gonna do lowers on this side and then uppers. Just like everything was closed off because yes, I'm messy and stuff is everywhere. You can still see there's like a little pile right there. And then this right here is going to drive me nuts because when stuff is in there, it doesn't look pure white. So that's probably going to drive me crazy, but hey, it is what it is at this point. So just rearrange, not so much renovate anymore, just had to rearrange some things. So yeah. All right, we're going to be on just for a little bit. I do have a live session that starts in almost like a little at 6:30. So 45 minutes. So somewhere in there. So oh, how are you guys doing? Forgot to do my intro. Went straight into explaining all of this stuff behind me and the angle that you guys see. I'm hoping that this also helps with, because the camera is slightly tilted. Earlier today, I was testing, like even if I have the window open, it's slightly tilted away from this window, whereas before it was almost facing it, so it made it very dark. So I'm hoping the fact that the camera does not have to be in like facing the window, that it won't look so dark in here. And once we add the lights to this table, I'm hoping that that will look brighter when I film on that table. So we're going to see over the next couple of days how lighting is. And I can't even go on that table because that wall is halfway painted. So until that's covered, we can't do anything on this wall over here. But I do plan to, oh, it looks, hold on. Wait a minute. I'm gonna move this. It's all cuckoo crazy now, but let's see. It's zoomed in like a whole lot of. But I like how that is the angle there. And I want to put another one. I forgot what the other one I was going to put here because like I can either just continue to just do this and move it because if I ever have to load anything on here, you guys won't see it because again, it pulls all the way the heck out. So I want another one that's going to give you the angle from when I pull it out versus doing, it's still kind of messy over there, versus doing this. Like, so, yeah. Had to figure out the placement of the other camera. Well, I have 3 other cameras that I have to, because I'm not going to be doing all that moving around and switching. And then I'm going to try to go back to using OBS. Last time I was having a lot of audio issues with OBS, but they've done a lot of updates. So I'm going to see if I can go back to that because I have this little switcher and I can easily switch between the cameras. The setup is here now. I can only switch between 2 cameras. And so I have to go like through it, and then I can have the other cameras on there, but it's just a whole lot of. So my goal is to go back to OBS where I can use my streaming deck and just hit a button, and you guys would never see, like I can do it seamlessly because I used to do it and no one ever knew. I just sit, click and click and click and click and just switch cameras. So hopefully I can get back to that because OBS will work properly. But yeah, so any questions for me? I'm only on for a little bit. I have, profit by the numbers in just a little bit. So actually I want to open that up now so that I don't forget and I can go right into it. But I wanted to come on because I didn't do an official like Q&A. This morning I was in the car. Just wanted to come on, say hello, see if you guys have any questions for moi. If not, I'll get off. I'm going to start working on a design that I have to do MJ's on after class. I'm going to end up designing his shirt for tomorrow and making that shirt for tomorrow. Still have to figure out like with my chair. I'm always like super like it's like all you see is this. And I don't even slouch in my chair, just it naturally like over time goes down. I have to keep doing that to lift myself up. Yes, for the most part, I need to add an element like I want to embody. If I really want to kind of place certain things up, I will design elements inside Photoshop. Like I'll probably take a name and add like the embossing or drop shadows or different things to it in Photoshop and then bring it into Silhouette Studio. I'm just so used to working in Silhouette Studio to where I pretty much do everything in Silhouette Studio. But if I want certain accents, if I want something embossed or stuff like that, then I'll take that to Photoshop. No, I made this on live. This is the layered glitter shirt. I made this on live. This is all glitter HTV. Remember y'all were asking me, people were saying, I thought you cut in layered glitter. I don't know who told y'all that lie, because this has been washed several times. I have worn this quite a few times and never has anything come off of it. Looks good as the day that Ooh, our pizza's here. The heat one. I have class. Even is tired, so we ordered pizza and it's here already. Wow, at 5 o'clock. I don't know why he didn't schedule it for it to come later, because that's kind of early. But yes, HS Ink Vibes only. I do not teach an extended version of Photoshop. I have done an essentials to Photoshop. I'll probably round the year off with another essentials to Photoshop class, but I don't like teach it on the regular. It's not a program, like I know it, but I know it like when I'm working through it. It's not one that I'm not gonna say I enjoy teaching, but it's just I'm not as comfortable teaching from there. I just teach the basics of it. I'm out of stock of what? Yeah, it's the silver. I think because I was saying I don't think I wanted to do silver or something, but yeah, it's the rainbow silver and then all the colored ones. We did this during T-shirt week. I know. I like the little display. Isn't it cute? I feel like I can just I'm like holding. I like this effect too of me just holding it up. And let's see. Hold on. Wait. I guess it would be from this side for me to be Vanna Black. You know. I thought that was pretty cool with that there. Ma. Yes.
You didn't get no wings?
Yes. It should be buffalo wings, Parmesan wings, and barbecue wings. Papa John's missing quite a few stuff off of our order. What happened there? It doesn't say what, dear. Hold on. What happened, even? The order was $100. It's on there. Did you find it? 2 pizzas and the drink wasn't no $100.
I don't see it on this.
Let me see.
Oh, he didn't put it on. And a brownie you get?
A cookie, but where in the heck? There's no way that 2 pieces cheese sticks was $100. Hold on 1 second, y'all. How in the heck?
It was $57.
After the heat win, the original order was $100 and some dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm looking at the fact that, okay, so if it was just this, that by itself is $70. Like, I'm so confused.
Confused too. I don't know. But on the receipt, it don't say on the receipt. I'm checking the order.
How much?
It said $57 on there.
Favorites. Reorder all. I'm so confused. This was all on there. So add to order.
It was acting stupid too. So maybe it's their website. Maybe it's remember it was acting
Please review your cart. A product or promo you selected is not available at this store and has been. It removed it. Then I wonder how much they charge us. It's saying that it removed it from there.
They removed what?
The wings.
So it's only $50. Do your class. What are you doing? That's all it is. No wings.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it was half off. The original order was $100. So with half off, you mean the total was only $50? It didn't charge us $73.
No, I saw $57 on the receipt. I think I saw.
Anywho, yeah, I don't know what's going on. Oh, you guys heard that entire thing because I was not on my what's the name. So you guys just heard my entire conversation because I was definitely not muted. Oh, my bad. I muted that camera and that's not the one I was on. So you guys didn't even bother to tell me that my audio was crap because I was on the wrong camera. Oh, and y'all weren't gonna tell me y'all heard me talking? Oh. Y'all was just being nosy, huh? This live is definitely getting deleted. She says, yeah, I'm hungry. I'm mad because I want my wings. And now I have no wings. So I'm pissed. Y'all just heard me talking about I'm getting pizza and wings, and now I have no wings. I said hold on, and I thought I muted it, but I didn't know that y'all could hear my entire conversation because I didn't know that, I guess when I unplugged everything, I wasn't on my normal mic. So when I hit mute, you guys heard everything, which also means when I set this up, you guys probably heard my entire conversation with Vivid because I hit mute here. But now that I see that I was never on this microphone when I first started, you guys probably heard my entire conversation with Vivid and the fact that they were at my door randomly. Alrighty then. And wow. Okay, we're definitely deleting this one. Okay. Oh, there's a shortage of wings, so they don't have them anymore. Yeah, because it said this item could not be added. Even Pericles. Somebody said that there's a shortage of wings, so they don't have anymore. I wonder if that's why they took them off.
Probably why there's a shortage of everything.
Ain't no shortage of HS ink paper. Oh, okay. Oh, I knew I wasn't on mute that time because I was relaying what somebody else said. Okay, so let's see. No, I don't think I know how to ask the question correctly, but when you are designing Silhouette Studio, you sometimes use the drop shadow effects or whatever shades are called. Do you sell? No, drop shadows are if you're just doing a drop shadow, that's in Silhouette Studio. So you have to, if you have Design Edition or above, you can just go to it and you can put drop shadows. Now, the fade bars are totally different. That is on our website, but just a drop shadow, no. That you have it's called a vector drop shadow because it's just a solid line. You just take the transparency down on it. Thank you. Oh gosh. Well, I was accused of being unprofessional on my live videos. So, this will probably add to it. They're not going to like this video very much because it had all of my life in it. Someone said, you're the professor. You shouldn't do this and that. And I was basically told that I was not prepared and I was unprofessional. So, someone's probably going to have a field day with this one if I leave it up. So explain the layout again, because now you're speaking to hubby to my left, and I'm used to talking to the fan from my right. Okay, so I literally am like backwards now. So before my computer was on this wall. So whenever I'm like this, yeah, they came through the door on this side. So now I'm flipped this way. So I literally just flipped my computer. So when you all were looking at it from this way, like my pegboard is, that ledge that's there, that's where my monitors are. Where my Cameo normally was, that's where my keyboard is now. And then I have my workstation here. So now the Windows on this side versus the other way. It was like on that side. So yeah, all I did was literally just switch my computer, which made room on this long table for the Hotronics to not be in the corner where it was. And I'm going to slightly pan. It's still messy that way. Don't judge me. It's not finished. So I'm going to slightly pan that way. And you see now I can have my Sawgrass, other Epson, and I'm going to have like my little stuff displayed up there. But right now it's still not done yet because I'm not going to do too much because we still have to I just wanted to figure out where everything was going to go and where everything's home was going to be so that I knew where to put stuff back because we're going to end up moving all of this up, and we're moving the rolling one out and moving all of this up because I have to put the wall treatment on here because I refuse to paint. So I just got peel and stick wall stuff. I'm almost tempted though to even take my shelves down. I mean, you really can't. I'm just afraid that you'll see it'll look dark through there. But I'm almost tempted to just put the wall stuff right next to these and just cut it down to these and not go behind, not take all this down because that's just going to be too much. But I think trying to do that might be a little bit, more bothersome, more work than just taking it all down. So I have until the weekend to figure that out. But my wall treatment will be here tomorrow. But I have until the weekend to figure out exactly what I want to do and how I want to do it because I really don't want to take all these. I mean, well, technically, I can take the uprights down. And for the wallpaper, I mean, I can just go just to here. And maybe I don't know what I can do at the top, but there's a railing there because these are all can move. So I really wouldn't have to do much. But then I have to take all my shells down because it's a lot of shells. Hold on. See how the shells are up there? So trying to take all that down, I don't know. I have until the weekend to figure it out. I know my mother is going to be quite happy because she hated my background. She'll be happy once she sees the fact that it's this background now because she hated the other background. Put a background up. Put a background up. Put a backdrop up. So yeah. Let's see. When will you have the starter kit for the? So we do have it. We're waiting on ink now. We're trying to figure out what to do because we end up getting ink, but it wasn't the right color. So we're trying to figure out what to do with that. But as far as like our actual HS ink that we love and we stand by, and then with the 7310, it's a pigment ink printer. So you want to get our formula A, and then we have a formula B now. So we're waiting on ink, but we've had kits for the 7310. It's the same kit or the same set as the one for the 7820 and the 7840. They use the exact same cartridges. So we've had those for quite some time. It's actually not even an orange. It was like it's more, and again, that means that this lets you know that cameras and monitors play tricks on you because it's actually not an orange. It's more like a pinkish. It's a coral, I think is what the name of it was. I don't think it was salmon. It was like coral or something like that. It was to play off of the rose gold tones of these bins I had. So yeah, it's actually not orange. Will the HS roll fit the Epson workforce? The Epson F570. So we do have the 24-inch rolls. Before they were 328 feet, which the core size was correct, but the diameter, it was too much paper on there. So now once we do get them in, the rolls are only 24 inches instead of 300. It's 24 inches by 100 feet instead of 328 feet. So that will, and then of course the price will change because it's not as much paper on there. But yeah, we will have those for the Epson F570. We've had the 24 inches before. It was just that it was just really, really big. Oh. But we just got some though. I guess they ran out because the last the heats. Let me see. A few last week, 2 weeks ago, we had chicken wings from there because when the heat went, that's the only time we order Papa John's. So yeah. They let it go through and then just canceled it later and just sent us the pizza. Gotcha. Your room is fine. You're an instructor, a wife, a mother, a human being. People are always doing way too much. Live your life and be incredibly happy. I like that. Yeah, people do. You open yourself up to people, providing their input and their thoughts and their opinions about things. And I understand that I open myself up to that, but I take certain things, I take with a grain of salt. One of the elements, it didn't bother me because I already knew the changes I was going to make. And if they were a true supporter, they would know that like someone said, I started it. I've been talking about rearranging my room for the longest. So yeah. Let's see. Any other questions for me? I want to send out this email real quick. So, filter enrolled in creative business program. All users Oh, whoa. That's not what I meant to copy. So what you have to do is just go to the website. And because we're getting rid of the 328 anyway, we're just going to change that listing and change the pricing. So you would go to that listing on the website, and there is a button. I'll go to it in a minute. Just give me 1 second, but you'll click that one that says notify me. You'll put that role and put in your email. And then as soon as it becomes available, it will send you an email because I've already tested it. Because we switched over to a new system, and now it really does automatically send the emails out because we have Klaviyo now. Well, we had it, but I didn't have it set. I didn't have the flow set up properly. Okay, there we go. Do you know why my Wi-Fi connection messes up with the Epson 7020? Mine, I have the 7840, and I've never had that issue like so much with my 7720. I never had yeah, my 7720, yeah, it threw me off because it's the 7710 is the, so yeah, with my 7840, I have that issue where it just like, if you're not printing to it all the time, if it sits idle, it will lose its connection. I have not been able to figure that one out with that particular that particular printer yet. I have not been able to figure it out. But yeah, I will eventually figure it out. But yeah, my 7840 does that all the time too. The other ones don't really have, unless there was like a break in my Wi-Fi. But the 7840, it does. Like it seems like whenever it goes to sleep or my computer goes to sleep, I have to go back in there and either turn it off and turn it back on, or go through like the regular troubleshooting to make it connect again. But yeah, unfortunately, that's an issue that I have not figured out, and it bugs the heck out of me too. Oh, MJ screamed out "Daddy." I almost thought Ziny Mine was having a seizure the way he screamed out "Daddy." He scared the crap out of me. So I had to calm and listen first before y'all saw me jump up. I think I scared when I first started the support, my support group, creative business. I think it was like one of my first lives, and they were screaming my name, and I was just in up here like, what? And I jumped up and ran, and he was in the middle of having a seizure. And so they saw that it was like they saw the panic on my face, and I just ran in here and I said something or whatever, and I ended the live. And MJ had that kind of like that same yell out for daddy, and I'm like, wait a minute. But then I heard Zion Mind crying, so I know it couldn't have been a seizure because he can't talk seizure. So all right, let's go. This is going to be so weird because I have to switch over to this computer, which is monitor 2. I'm used to switching over to monitor 1 to see things. So this is going to be a kind of weird because now I'm on monitor 2. Yeah, it's a little bit different. No, ooh, see, I almost did the wrong thing. I almost hit the wrong one. All right, share monitor 2. Oh, I was wondering what that was. They added a new one. You can be all at the bottom. Can you move where you are? I wonder if I can move my position. No, but that's kind of cool. They made it now. You can leave that big, and I'm in the corner because before it's always like this. Oh, look at StreamYard making changes. Ooh. All right. So if we go to summation paper, go to the roles. Oh, look at that. Ew. And you go here. If you click here where it says notify me, no, wrong one. Here, the 24-inch one. Notify me when available, put in your email. Even though it says 328 feet, it's going to be the one that's 100 feet going forward. So just put that there and notify me when available, and you'll be notified as soon as we get, but you guys will know almost when to kind of sort of look for it, because I'm probably going to go bananas when it finally comes, because this is a shipment that's we've been waiting on for a long time. Like, this is the longest that it has taken any of our shipments to get to us. We really thought that it would be here like by the end of October. Well, no, I mean beginning mid-October. Like, this order has been in for a while, and it's just been yeah. So this is the longest it has taken for an order to get to us. So I'm probably going to go live, and it is 8 pallets. So it's a big order. All right, 15 minutes. I'm trying to hang out with you. I ask questions. I'm trying to hang out with y'all until I go into my live session with my creative business students. Oh. Let's see. My Fancier Studio 16 by 24 heat press went out Sunday. It's only a year old. Haven't even attempted to look into it yet. It won't turn on at all. The socket didn't blow. My 15 by 15 is working. Oh, wow. I've never dealt with Fancier Studio. They are a heat press that is one that's not one of the higher grade ones. It is what's what I'm looking for? Don't like the word cheap. It's not like a high quality brand heat press. It's not meant to be a workhorse. I don't know, like, in that year, how much you have been using it. Some of them last a really long time. Some I've heard people where it goes out within a year because that's not a workhorse type of heat press. So the heating, but you said it won't even turn on. It's probably just something on the motherboard, which a lot of times, like, things like that can be fixed. If you have a repair shop, I know like us here, we have Florida Flex. You can take your heat press there and they can look at it and they can fix it. But look and see if there's someone like an electrician, because it's probably something that they can fix on the board. If that just won't turn on, there's probably something just with like where the power supply is, and they can probably switch something out for you. I was looking at different programs you offer. The doctor program covers all, right? Is it one price or is it broken down into monthly payments? So, yes, the doctor program is for all, it's all three of my programs. So we have the bachelor's, which is beginner silhouette. We have master's, which we really go into designing. I I I'm a veteran, so I enjoyed this past Friday's design session for masters. It was long, but I know that we won't have like another session, and I wanted to give them a couple different ideas. And I really like the fact that this time a lot of the students connected, actually even with the session before that, where they connected it and they're like, I now like I have this design in my head for like a totally different theme, but now this helped me know how to design it. So this was like my aha week and like my breakthrough week, even though like my students know I get on them sometimes. I get frustrated when I feel like they're not asking enough questions because I want them to like get it. And I felt like for quite a few people, like the light bulb went off. So it was kind of cool with that. That was our master session. So we have the bachelor's, which is beginner silhouette. We go a little bit slower. You can share your screen. I encourage you guys to try and follow along because we really take just bite-sized pieces and do like one thing. And break that down. And then in masters, we design I design and kind of just show a bunch of different ways. And then you can ask questions along the way and then go back. If you are comfortable with design solicitor, you can probably keep up with me. And then there's the creative business program, which is really about, helping you guys when it comes to your business and not just the, doing all of the legalities for your business, like the LLC and stuff like that, like really talking about things that are essential, like understanding how to run a craft business, knowing when you have to upgrade equipment. What does tonight is profit by the numbers. So we break down business in numbers form, whether it is breaking down the financial part of it. How much do you want to make? Okay, but how much time do you have? Like we're breaking it down, like how many orders do you have to make in this amount of time to make this money that you're going to make? And if it's you by yourself, at what point does the number for your number of employees need to increase for you to meet these numbers? At what point does the number of pieces of equipment that you have, the number of printers you have, the number of heat presses you have, the number of embroidery machines you have, the number of 3D printers you have, whatever it is, the number of cameos, or now you need to upgrade to a larger cutter. So at what point in what stage of your business do you make that transition? When do you make the transition to not order retail and order wholesale? Like when I say profit by the numbers, it's putting those numbers in your face. And that's what that's about. And that's what we're going to have. That's what is on. So when I have my business sessions, it really is tapping into like how to run a creative business and how to scale that, and when do you make those moves to scale things up, or if you're kind of okay with where you are, like truly knowing where you are and what you're capable of handling as far as orders and things like that. So that's what we do in the creative business program part of check-ins. We have websites audit and go through like different things for the websites. Next month is terms and conditions versus contracts. So yeah, you get a lot of great information, even if you're not quite there in your business yet, having all of those, and you have lifetime access to go back and watch these videos whenever you need. And this is all information that's it's timeless information. It's going to be relevant, not just today. It's going to be relevant weeks from now, months from now, a year from now, years from now. What we teach is very, very relevant throughout the lifespan of your business. And you can do the payments for all of the programs. There is a one-time payment, which you get the biggest discount. It's like 20, between 23 and 26 or 28% discount, depending on which program you choose. So you can make a one-time payment. You're in, like, it covers that year. You get lifetime access to the playbacks, but you have like a year of content. And it's I've gone through, and I go through it again, like especially with like the masters and the bachelors, like the different classes we have each month. But you get a year of content. So it's a year of learning all of that, but you'll have lifetime access to the playbacks if you decide to not continue on into like the next year. So the next year, you wouldn't have to worry about like the enrollment fee. It's just your monthly maintenance, like your monthly fee, which it'll adjust a little bit for you because it'll be your second year in it, or yeah, it'll be your second year in it. So there is the one-time payment, pay for that full year, or you can do, there's two different payment plans. So you have one where you pay the enrollment fee, and then your monthly payments they're broken down. Like you have 11 payments throughout that year. And if you do the biannual one, you have your enrollment fee, and then you have your, so it's your enrollment fee and like your first 6 months, and then 6 months later you pay you pay the other half of it. So you're basically breaking up into two payments, one now and then one 6 months from now. And then the other one is you pay for it monthly. So there are 3 payment structures that you can choose from. You cannot sublimate directly to cotton. The only way that you can decorate garments that are cotton is you have to use a white base transfer of some sort, whether it is glitter HTV, easy subli, transfers for dark, Jet Pro 3G transfers for darks, Subliflex 202, Subliflock. And I used to say glow in the dark, which some people have. And I just ordered some glow in the dark from a different company. Caesar doesn't work. It's dull. It looks great when the lights are off, and like how that kind of the color in the glow in the dark part kind of comes through. But just looking at it, like when it's not dark and it's not glowing, it's not very appealing at all. And then someone mentioned another brand, like it was on Amazon. So I ordered like a load of one. So like I saw that one, went on there and ordered it, but I ordered a bunch of different like brands of glow in the dark, and I want to test them all out. So I'm going to be doing a lot of testing because we have Halloween. Was that Sunday? So some point this week I'll be doing some testing on like the glow in the dark stuff, because I'm going to probably end up making like just a shirt for MJ or something like that. So I'll be doing that and testing on that vinyl that I got to see, because somebody else posted in a group and I'm like, those colors were spot on with this other brand of vinyl. So I can't wait to test that out. But you can't sub directly to it. There's some people that put like the poly sprays and all those. I do not do that at all, because it's just adding a chemical to it. You don't know how like someone's skin is going to react to it. So I'm not one that I ever teach on it as far as adding the different sprays, which I mean, I have some because my girl sent me some, and I mean, I can see using them for other items, but I don't use them for, which I have to get her website because I always forget what it is. It's Fumek, but I can't think of how it is. But I have to, if you guys want it, she does have some of the spray, but I would never use them on shirts. Can I just say the advice you gave earlier on vendor events and being selective in what you offer on your websites was extremely helpful. I'm new to this business and really appreciate guidance. Yeah, even in my free ones, I try to be very honest in just my thoughts, my experience, and just kind of give a different perspective from what a lot of people kind of are one tone in a lot of things they think like it's like cookie cutter businesses. But I try to give a lot of different perspectives, and they'll tell you in my creative business, I'm always giving different scenarios. Like this could happen, this can happen. This because it works for your business, this works for this person, may not work for you. So you have to really find what works for you in this business and figure out how you want your business to look, how you want it to run. But that's what I'm here for. My incredible live chats, and especially when I say it's about business, is about just that. But if you want more of it every single month, 4 times a month, consider joining. If you don't do the full doctorate, consider joining our creative business, no matter what business you're in. If it's something that you're doing, it involves, being creative, even if it's like making soaps, making candles, or anything like that, consider joining our creative business program. You can go to academy.silaholics.com to sign up for that. Okay. All right, I have 2 minutes, 2 minutos until my class. Have I ever considered doing a buy-in? Heck no. When I first kind of was doing this, like I tried to do a buy-in for, I want to say it was like Glitter HTV or something. The reason why I would never, it's still like running a business. It's all great, and it is, how can I say it? I would never do it like openly. I will say this. It's one, I think I told them, if I didn't, cat's out of the bag. It is one of the things that I will be working with those who are in my creative business and my doctorate program, to be able to help them profit more in their business and help facilitate some buy-ins amongst the group. But when you're doing a buy-in, it's really no different than what we do here. So for me to go through all of the work and to really see no benefit in it, because when someone's doing a buy-in, it really is no different than how we order our own supplies. We order our ink, we order our paper, we order, heat tape and chip resetters and all that stuff. So we're ordering it in bulk. The only difference is with the buy-in, like that person wouldn't absorb all of the cost themselves. It would go out amongst, basically for everyone. Because, it's a buy-in. Everyone's kind of, doing their part to meet that quota, and then it comes in. Well, guess what? Once it comes in, the inventory has to be counted. You have to make sure that everything is like there or whatever. Then if it's like a bunch of different stuff, you have to pack all this stuff up and then ship it out. Well, I don't think Ethan would like it very much if he had to do all of that on top of doing ink and paper and all of that, and it's really bringing us in no money. The other thing with a buy-in, if you're doing it that way, normally the person that's doing the buy-in will take the hit. So let's say you ordered some things and you're just sending them out. Like you're not going through, like you would have to either go through every single box to make sure that everything is as it should be. If it's not, and someone gets something and they're like, oh, okay, well, this one was broken. Who eats that cost? Because when we're ordering stuff overseas, we have an upcharge to it for overhead, for things like, when things are messed up, we have to do returns, we have to send out new orders, so we're making a profit where we're okay with taking that hit. When you're doing a buy-in, and if something goes wrong, something comes broken or whatever, a tumbler doesn't sub right or whatever it is, they're going to be looking at that person for the buy-in to say, okay, well, I paid my money for X, Y, and Z, and these are messed up. I need a refund for this. Where are they going to get this refund from? Because they're not making a profit on it. So for me, I'm never doing nobody, because I know the game. I don't even see why people take that chance of doing buy-ins, because people don't understand. They will worry you to death on, when is this coming in? When is that coming in? Why is it not here yet? I have orders, and they just don't. So as by me just running a business, whenever it hits my website is when it hits my website, honey. And you're not going to be a worry wart for me. So for me personally, just in like general and just kind of having some of everybody, not gonna happen, Captain. But for those who are in my doctorate program, my goal is to help those who are in my program profit and maximize their profit. So that is something that will be a part of our program as far as creative business and doctorate, but I will never do just an open one, because that's just not going to happen, Captain. If it's a big order, like our paper coming in here was $13,000 shipping. That's a lot of money. And, sometimes people, like, if it's a big, a lot of stuff coming, understand when it comes to the shipping and the cost of it. And then there's a shipping to have it shipped here. And then once you go and you put all that stuff in, depending on how the person did it, they know the weights. Then there's a shipping to get it shipped to you directly. So that is a whole nother issue. So I'm like, yeah, can't do that. So a buy-in basically is where whoever's conducting the buy-in will, okay, how can I put it? Whenever you're ordering and you're importing, and I'm sorry, I know, hold on, let me start my meeting because they always have a 10-minute grace period, but I'm not going to go too much longer. So once this hurts, my 10-minute grace period, I got to go, y'all. But so basically, whenever you're importing from overseas, they have what's called an MOQ, which is a minimum order quantity. So you have to hit that number in order to get the best prices. And so collectively, hold on, because my students are starting to come in. So collectively, they'll put it out there and say, hey, we're doing a buy-in for this. This is what the minimum quantity is. You have to wait for that minimum quantity to be reached. So somebody might say, like, and I don't even understand why people who do buy-ins allow people to order like 1 or 2 of this, 2 of that, because if you're going to do it, like, you're getting a good deal. I'm telling you now, when I do mine with my creative business, they're going to have to order a case. There is no ordering 1 or 2 of this. You have to order a whole case. So that way, when it comes, I can slap your label on yours and send it off. But they will meet that MOQ. So once they meet that MOQ, then they will place the order. And it's just a way to get supplies cheaper, but it takes a long time. Whenever you're doing a buy-in, it is a hurry up and wait type of game because you have to wait till that you meet that MOQ. And then once they go and place that order, in order for you to get the best pricing, it's normally coming via sea freight. And sea freight takes quite a bit of time to get here. So it's not something where it's like, okay, it's made here in the US, they order it, you get it right then and there. For the best prices, it's from overseas, i.e. China, most of the time. To hurry up and wait for it. And it's just, you're getting it cheaper. Have to wait. Once things hit stateside is where people start to account for the fact that you have to run a business, you have to pay taxes, you got to pay insurance, a bunch of other stuff. So most companies are importing. Every single company, A-Sub included, Text Print included, all those companies are importing the paper. Most of these companies are importing. I mean, hello, even Epson's ink is made in Indonesia. It's not made in the US. So it's being made overseas and it's being imported in here. It's the nature of our commerce. Like our country would not survive if everything had to be made in the US because it costs too much. If we couldn't do imports, this country would be in a world of trouble. But that's pretty much how it is. It's like people just get together to be able to order from vendors overseas to help minimize the cost to where you're not paying the retail cost once it hits stateside and it hits someone's website. You're just paying a much, much, much cheaper fee. She's like, buy-ins are truly a headache. They can be. Yeah, when I do mine, you're ordering a case. There is no 1 of this. Let me get 1 of this, 2 of this. You're gonna have to order a whole case, homie. All right, y'all. I technically have 4 minutes, but I don't have a Cricut or Silhouette, but find your videos beneficial. Do you offer any classes for non-Silhouette and Cricut users? Such as what though? Like what do you do creatively? Are you wanting a class for designing, like in Photoshop or something? Just classes for business? What do you do creatively that you would need a class for? She says, I've hosted several and decided to quit. Yeah, you might as well run. So here's where doing a buy-in can be beneficial. If you plan to become a vendor anyway, so that you can get the items that you need to supply your store and be able to kind of sort of split that shipping up. Because when you have the bigger orders and it's coming sea freight, it's, you know, it kind of sort of evens itself out. Like if you have like a lot of stuff, and especially if it's coming on a pallet, and those things can fit on a pallet. So if you're someone that's trying to, it's a startup and you're trying to source, to start your store, you can do a buy-in to be able to hit that minimum quantity. Say you wanted to order 100 anyway. If you now can get that order to 200 or 300 because other people are ordering, whatever you would have paid for 100 by yourself, because of course, the higher you get in the numbers, they give you a price break. So if whatever you were able to order as 100, because you now have other people, you might now be able to order 200 because, or maybe like 150, because now the price has gone down. So that can be beneficial to someone who's wanting to get into selling items like blinks and things like that. Also, it'll just help them get started in their store at a lower price point. So yeah. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Oh, there's my mother. I said that. I was like, I talked about you in the beginning. I was like, she hated the layout. She hated seeing my printer closet and seeing my pegboard. But it's going to change. I ordered, I tried to call you, ma'am, but you didn't answer me because, you think you had a little attitude still. But I ordered the wall treatments for this to become all white and whatnot. And we're in class. So I suggest you get off of here, and we're in creative business. So go to there and join the Zoom, ma'am. I know. I have been trying to figure out what emoji I want to use for the professor. I mean, some people have adopted using the goat for me, but I want a better one for a professor. I really, really do. I know. See, I told you, Mom, I was talking about you earlier. I said she's going to be so happy when she sees this background and sees the change and the fact that it's not the other one. So, yeah. All right, y'all, I got to go. I'm about to hit a minute for letting everyone in. So I'm going to admit everyone in and do all of my other stuff. After the fact, I'm looking for, oh gosh, come on, stop moving around. So yeah, just let my students in. But I gotta go because it is now 6:40. We start at 6:30, and I still have 2 shirts to design. I have to design a shirt for MJ and for a friend of mine whose birthday is tomorrow, but she wants to pick it up tonight because she has to go to school tomorrow, work tomorrow. So I have to finish designing her shirt. So I need to go so that I can wrap this up in my 45 minutes to an hour and get to designing these shirts. All right, y'all. So thank you so very much for joining me today. I didn't think I was going to be on live like this anytime soon because, like I said, still not done here, but I missed y'all. So yeah. All right, y'all. Until next time, because of all of the ish with my pizza, and I think you probably heard me because then I realized I wasn't muted when I was talking to Vivid and talking to Even about Vivid trying to, like, what the heck were they doing here? I'm probably going to delete this live, but yeah. Or I probably won't. I'll probably go in and mute it all or remove it because I just learned how to do, well, I finally took the time to care about doing it. So I might just go in and just edit it out and it'll just re-upload. So yeah. All right, y'all. Until next time. Oh, wait, but I can't do that on Facebook. So on Facebook, I'm going to delete y'all's, but not on YouTube just yet. All right. I just check your email, mommy, because I actually sent out an email today. So check your email and it actually had the link in it. So look in your email. Later, guys. Oh, actually I have to wait because this has to delete. All right, there we go. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible.